Spoilers for the webcomic ahead. So I bet you guys thought I forgot about this, but I didn't. So like 2 months ago, I made a poll on the community tab asking you guys what you wanted to see for the next One Punch Man versus video. And surprisingly, you guys picked Bang versus Amai Mask, or more specifically, Abandonment Bang versus Monster Form Amai Mask. And for this battle, of course, I'm just going to stick strictly to the webcomic. That is fair. You know, I don't want to cross the continuities because it gets even more convoluted than it already is. And also considering that a monster Amai, only shows up in the webcomic at this point. Let me also put it out there that this is super subjective because the power behind them and the power behind the individuals that they are defeating and using these feats for are not so clear. A lot of this stuff is ambiguous. So just keep that in mind because you're going to have to take it for what it is at this point. So let's try to get into, I guess, scaling the monsters that they go against because, thankfully they both go against dragons. Definitive dragons, like we don't have to speculate because it is literally said on the page that these monsters are dragons. So when Bang goes against Melzergard in the webcomic, it's pretty much the same as it goes down in the manga and the anime. I'm fairly sure that this is one illustrating us that Bang is clearly the alpha here amongst the S-class heroes in this group. So I guess we're going to have to fast forward all the way to chapter 72 of the webcomic because that's really the next time that we get some solid feats from Bang. His most significant feats are going to be in this chapter because he does the legendary, taking down Fear Ugly, taking down Gums, and blasting Black S, and we'll get to that, and also avoiding Homeless Emperor's blast. This is just, to this day, and it probably always will be, one of the most impressive feat/sequences in the entire series. So let's start with Fear Ugly, because he is the first victim, and he is, just like I said, he is a definitive dragon, as all the cadres are, and he transforms before this sequence begins into a bigger form that kind of looks like the long-armed and long-legged tribe from One Piece or something. So I guess it's fair to say that he's become more powerful at this point, right? That's typically what happens with transformations in anime, especially with villains and monsters. Now, how much more powerful has Fear Ugly come at this point? I have no idea. It goes back to what I was saying in the beginning with this, a lot of these things being ambiguous. He doesn't really have a lot of clear feats. Even before he transforms, he doesn't really have any clear feats. We're mainly just going off of the moniker of him being disaster level dragon to gauge how strong he is. So was he a low dragon in his base form? Was he a mid dragon? I don't know, maybe he was a low, because I don't know, is it fair to say that he is a high dragon in his transformed state? I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, no, that would be way too generous with his scaling, and I agree. So I think we're going to have to meet in the middle ground here and say that transformed Fear Ugly is probably a mid-dragon, I guess. So even before Bang does the abandonment, he just levels Transform Fear Ugly. He smashes him in the face with the water stream, in the typical reaction that we usually see people who are getting smashed by, the multiple craters in the face and the body and all that stuff. So then after he does the abandonment, he becomes, I guess, faster and stronger at this point, although it's never really explicitly made clear if that is the case. He becomes more agile, of course, but I'm just going off of the translation that we get from the data book. And again, there's a million translations for that stuff, and I don't even want to get into that. But, he one-shots him. And that, this is a true, clear, if there ever was a one-shot, this is it. He flies through his body like a bullet so fast that Fear Ugly is talking mid-sequence. He doesn't even realize it's happened. And then right after that, he just takes Gums' head off, straight through it. So how strong is Gums? I don't know. Low dragon, mid dragon, I don't know. He's definitely not a high dragon in my opinion. But regardless, this right here is Bang taking out at least 2 mid dragons with one shot. And then he blows Black S apart. Now, of course, this is impressive, but I don't know if he's vaporizing him here or completely destroying the copies of himself. It's never made clear. And Genos says, "Oh, I thought he annihilated you all." And then Black S is like, "Nah, it's made way more apparent that he's being vaporized by Peak Red Garo." So I guess that he's not being vaporized here, and I don't really want to speculate too much about this because, it's way too ambiguous. So let's just move on from this. And now let's go to Amai Mask against the Pesky Clown. Now, the Pesky Clown, certified dragon, he's a beast, But once Amai Mask goes to his monster form, he just completely clowns this clown. Like, he punches, like, his head almost off. Now, almost, that is, like, a big thing here, because he's not completely one-shotting him the way that Bang, one-shotted the cadres. So does that mean that he is physically weaker than Bang? I don't know, maybe, maybe not. They seem to be around the same level of strength, honestly, and I'm sure that Bang one-shotting the cadres went more so into his technique rather than just his raw physical strength. And like I was saying with Amai Mask, he has more of that feral style here. Now, once the pesky clown evolves and goes to his forearm mode, how powerful is he at that point? And this is going back to the whole Fear Ugly thing. I don't know. Like, what was he originally? Was he a low dragon already, or was he a mid dragon? Is he going to high dragon at this point? I mean, it really does seem like if there was a transformation that made a monster a high dragon, I think it's more clear here with the pesky clown than it was with Fear Ugly, obviously, because he has more feats, and because he is, for a moment at least, able to physically restrain Amai Mask. So does that mean that he is high dragon, or is he mid dragon? I don't know. Still pretty powerful nonetheless. But once Amai Mask breaks out of his mouth, then he straight up blows his head off with one punch. So this is, similar to what Bang was doing to the cadres. Now, what would happen if they were to go against each other? Well, I mean, I think it's pretty clear Bang would just probably be too fast for him. We don't really get too many clear speed feats on Monster Amai, but we can assume that he's faster than what he initially is in his, human-esque form, and he was already really fast there, but to say he's faster than Bang, I don't think that's fair to say, and we already established that he's less skilled, so this would be a competitive fight, I suppose, to a degree, but I mean, if Bang was able to one-shot the cadres at this point, I mean, what's to say that he wouldn't be able to, just push his difficulty just a little higher, and then he would take out Monster Amai all the same? I mean, not necessarily one-shot him, but, how long would it really take him to defeat Monster Amai at this point? I mean, I don't think we've seen enough from Amai and his monster form to, definitively tell us that he would be able to take down, a savage beast of abandonment Bang. So I'm going to give him the win here, but I'm not going to say it would be easy, but I just don't think he would come out on top here. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you think Monster Amai would win? Let me know. And if you liked the video, if it at least entertained you, please give it a like. I also have a Twitch channel. Please check it out. I promise you won't regret it. And also I have a Patreon too. Check that out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.